Welcome everyone to our Monday evening community call. This is a very special call. But before we jump into the call, I just want to reach out and thank our community for all your loving, prayerful support of Pete Redicop. It was he had a close call, a really, really close call. And prayers do work. And we want to thank all of you who just sent prayers to Pete. When his team was doing a prayer circle, he came out of his coma. So we know that prayers work. And, we were holding Pete on a thin thread of life and a grandbaby about to be born and the celebration all at the same time. So it's been very emotional and pretty amazing. And all is well on all accounts. We have a new baby grandson. 4 days of labor was rough, but it's mom and dad and baby are doing great. And we are just so grateful. So tonight we get to share our experience a little bit. Words cannot express what words cannot express, but we're going to try to show you some of our experience through photos. But will you introduce the first video, because I'll start crying if I try to, because it made me cry then.
I'd love to. And Connie, please feel free to chime in as we're going through these videos the slideshow. We have a really nice slideshow for everyone. 50 some photos out of hundreds that were taken to give you just a feel for what we experienced at this monumental milestone for LifeWave, the ribbon cutting of the new global headquarters and welcome center. And we were very blessed to be there with 30 other of the top field leaders from around North America, around the country. And it was life-changing. We're so blessed to be with this company that is really positioned to make an impact on millions of lives around the world, as it has for us and all of you already.
And when we arrived, we were given this agenda, day 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll kind of walk you through it. After we walk you through this and show the slides, and we'll have Connie jump in. Then we're going to have Connie share a little bit, and if Ron is with us, we'll have him share too. So we arrived day 1 on Wednesday, and Wednesday evening we had a welcoming social. Then day 2, we were transferred to the headquarters, and I'm going to let Gregory take over and show this video as we were getting off the bus. What happened?
Okay,
Where
let's
are you?
see. I think this is it.
That's it? Oh, yeah, that's it.
Let's
Okay.
see if the share
Did you put the
works.
sound on?
And
Did you put sound
let me
sharing?
make sure that we've got the sound on.
Yeah.
So
That's an important part, because the sound is
Yep.
really important on this.
mhm.
Okay. So this is the beginning. We had left the hotel. We are arriving at corporate headquarters for the first time, and we're getting off the bus, and this is how we were greeted. We're just about to be
Cheering for us, waving.
Customer service, everybody could be there at the ribbon cutting. Very wonderful. Live band. Beautiful day. Beginning. Our special day. You guys got to see the messages on Facebook where we shared the different speakers. Our new chief marketing officer, Meredith and David, was amazing. So this photo was taken from the bus. And I-15 is an interstate that goes through Salt Lake, and this is south of Salt Lake in a town called Draper, and it's kind of like network marketing headquarters, off the charts. And as you're driving by, you see LifeWave in big, bold letters. There, we're not hiding anymore.
That's for sure. And Connie, please feel free to chime in anytime during these next 52 slides that we're going to be sharing. And here's the welcoming committee. Welcome, brand partners. Welcome to Utah. This was so awesome. We felt so honored. It was amazing.
I'm going to tell you in this photo, these were all of our customer service reps. And one of the first things I did was go running over, looking for my VIP reps, looking for the reps that we're on the phone with, because we all know they're precious to us. They get things done, they support, and they just don't get the recognition that they deserve sometimes for all they do. So that was really one of my favorite parts, was getting to just go over and hug and say hello to some of the people that we're on the phones with on a regular basis.
So true. So true. Thank you for that. So standing here is a woman from the local city council next to Jim Caldwell. And Jim Caldwell is in charge of special projects. And he was instrumental in this whole project. Over off on the left is Laura, who's in the marketing department in Ireland. She came specifically over to be there and to coordinate things with us. I think a lot of you will recognize her from the last virtual event because she hosted it. Then is Meredith, and then is David's son, David, and then his daughter. So that was who was officially doing the cutting of the ribbon. They all had their own scissors.
It was very awesome. And the band's playing.
Connie, why don't you talk about this one?
So this, for all of you who might recognize his name, but aren't sure who it is Jared. And Jared moved up from customer service to VIP, and now he's in charge of really seeing how we could, I can't remember the name of his actual title, but he's got a special title now. And what he does is he works to fix the problems that are some of the bigger problems we have. He looks for solutions. You know, some of us know we've had challenges with our third-party vendors. He goes about figuring out, how do we fix those challenges? How do we make things better? And so he's really in charge of getting things done for us. And honestly, he is so solution oriented. He's always been he's such a pleasure to work with. Just absolutely a pleasure.
We had to get a picture with Connie and I because he knows us well and he has done amazing support for us. So now when the challenges are beyond what VIP can handle, they go to Jared and he takes care of us. It's amazing.
So after the welcoming event, they invited us into the building, and this is the entrance to LifeWave's new global headquarters. And when you go up the elevator, you on the 5th floor, and you open the door, this is what you see. And this is very impressive. This wall is made out of sheet steel that's been laser cut to show the continents and, you know, all the continents of the US, of the world. And this is what you see when you walk through the doors.
So this office is gorgeous, absolutely. And there are waves everywhere. There's waves on the wall. There was waves in the lighting, and there's a beautiful, continuously moving slideshow going on with a lot of wonderful things to see. So we recognized a lot of them. Connie, you want to say anything about that?
Nope, I loved this. This was
Okay, so we walked into the training room.
Which is called the X39 Auditorium.
And one whole wall is devoted to our patents.
Look at that. And they're all steel embossed or laser cut embossed versions of the patents, images of the patents. It's absolutely stunning. And this is LifeWave's competitive edge. This is our DNA. I love that they're saying that.
Oops. Okay, so we move on. Oops, what happened there?
You pressed a button you shouldn't have pressed.
I'm sorry.
So let's see if we can figure out how to get
How do we
rid of that.
recover from this? Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Let's see if the next one, try the next screen and see if it goes away. Unless I screwed it up.
Let's see if we can,
Oh, we moved from,
how to get that shut off.
we'll get there.
Um,
So while we're here, in front of all this magnificent wall, is our training room, and there's a stage and a huge big screen and a lot of chairs. And this is a room that we will all get to use, whoever comes. You want to go back a screen and see? if you
There's
can get
one
it?
more piece to that training room, and that is the holograph machine. So the holograph machine sits in the corner so that perhaps if you're in there training a group and David's somewhere else in the world, you might have access to him coming in. There's also a holograph room, which I'm sure she didn't get a picture of, that's right next door. And that's where someone could go in and project their image into one of the other holograph machines in the offices around the world.
And something new that we learned is what happens in this holograph room is you could be doing a meeting to Koreans, to, people in Thailand, and you can be speaking in English and AI will translate into that language, including your mouthing. It's
And your
amazing.
voice.
And
And
your
your
voice.
voice.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, so now let's moving on. So this is Gregory and I just standing in front of the wall, being very proud.
Let's see, I'm gonna see if I can make this fit a little better. There we go. I think that's a little better.
Okay, good.
Don't press any more buttons.
I'll keep my hands up. Just wanted to see the chat, but I'll look later. So here's Gregory standing with Ron Rabin. And I don't know if Ron, if you're on, we want to hear from you. And Jules, who has been with the company since 2005. And he's the one who's opened up the offices all over the world and does the contracts. And he's been in charge of international expansion and so much more. And he has been a loyal devotee of David's and LifeWave for many, many, many years. And and he's on the board of directors, and I'm so grateful he got to be there.
Executive Vice President, and he spent 18 months sourcing this building where LifeWave now proudly stands, as Robin said, right there, showcasing on the, I guess it would be the east side of I-15 South, about 20 miles south of Salt Lake in Draper, Utah.
And just a little bit of the context. So we got there, we all sat down. Dave, we had all these different talks. We did the ribbon cutting. Then we went inside and we all had a schedule. We were divided in different groups, and each group had a guide. And it was one of the customer service agents that was with us for the day, because we each had an agenda, whether we be taking headshots or doing videos or getting to the tour of the Welcome Center. So it was incredibly well organized.
Yeah, so they broke all 30 of us into 5 groups of 6. So it was really quite wonderful. Okay, so let's see what's let's see what's next.
I didn't touch.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been behind the scenes reaching out to our new events manager or director. His name is Josh Dunn. And we set up some time. He squeezed in some time to meet with us for a few minutes. And what a gem, what a gem. And he used to work with Geraldo and Marcy and Peter at Life Vantage. And so they are just thrilled to have him. It's a reunion for them. We are thrilled to have him with us. And he is stepping in and taking really good care of us for our events. And you're going to love to meet this man. This wall is a wall of our awards, and you can see there's room for lots more. And there's just a little close-up of the Bravo Award. As everybody knows, or most all of you know, that we were given by the Direct Selling News for the fastest growing company
For
for
4
the
years.
last 4 years.
4 years of consistent, significant growth makes us the #1 growth company in the network marketing industry and in the top 50 in the world. So yes, right company, right time, right place. Oh, and right woman. Look at that.
Now, this is the front office there, and they have that beautiful couch. Live long, live well, live young.
Yeah, isn't that spectacular? Look at the
gorgeous.
light in the ceiling. I mean, they didn't cut any corners. In fact, everything's round.
There's no corners.
There's no
It's
corners.
all soft. So we all had different schedules, and then they had some fabulous food trucks out to make sure we were fed. It was quite warm outside, and they had these parasols for us to protect us from the sun, and lovely meals. So we were sitting outside having lunch, and look at the backdrop.
That's the mountains in the background looking out the front door of LifeWave. Is that spectacular or what? Yeah.
So this is amazing. They had, I've never been so photographed in my life. There were photographers and videographers and everywhere, and so they were doing headshots, but they were also doing short videos, and you'll get to see those at the conference of what we did. There's a little room off to the side where there was a makeup artist fixing us up and making sure we weren't, perspiring, and make sure our color was good. And so this is Gregory being videotaped.
Okay.
In the front office there, this is next to the reception area. This is the executive conference room, and this is available and can be used when you bring your VIP guests in. And check out the view, you guys.
So that's looking over across the top of I-15 to the mountains in the background.
And this was, and I know Connie's going to want to share about this one. This is our new chief marketing officer. His name is Wayne Moorhead, and Wayne is another gem. I mean, Meredith has been watching him for years. He's actually personally, he's got a podcast. He continues to have it. He's interviewed over 100 executives from our profession for the Direct Selling News. He writes for the Direct Selling News regularly. So Connie, what would you like to share?
Well, I would just share with this that throughout the whole entire thing, with whether it be the marketing meeting with our new marketing director, whether it be some of the private meetings we had, the group meetings, the dinners, we all felt very heard, and that they understood us. And it really was crystal clear that they want to collaborate with the field, that they are here to help us, and they wanted to know, what do you need? What's working? What's not working? They just, it was really amazing to me as far as that. And I'll talk about the field leaders when we get to a different section.
Great. And we so appreciated him. And there he is sitting, taking notes, and there was a lively conversation going on, and you can hear the different perspectives. And he said this time he spent with us has, been profound for him and will save him so much time. He's so open to our input, and we have his contact information, and I have been emailing him back and forth. He's been incredibly responsive, and by divine design, who knows what it is, at dinner, Gregory got to sit next to him, and there's some wonderful things that will happen because of that, and we'll fill you in on those things later.
Yeah, we are truly blessed to have somebody that understands our profession like few people do. I told him, your story is kind of like Napoleon Hill, who interviewed all the, 100 of the most successful people in the world. He's interviewed 100 CEOs of network marketing companies, and he was honored to be invited to join LifeWave as our global vice president of marketing. So when the company's ready, the VP of marketing appears.
And his podcast, if anybody wants to look at it, his podcast is called The Direct Approach.
You want to put that in the chat, Connie?
Sure.
That would be great. So everybody knows this guy. My favorite chimney sweep.
That's right. Ron Raven, he was there with us in full glory. And many people probably know her, but you've probably never seen her.
This is Lupita. Lupita was in VIP.
She was in customer service. Then she moved to VIP.
And now she's a team lead. And she came out specifically to meet us and to share this really heartwarming story from, a call I had done. And it was really, really beautiful to get to meet her in person.
It was so wonderful. And now we're ready to go into the Welcome Center, and they call it the tunnel. And this is the warning that they gave us before we entered. For your comfort, this experience contains light, sound, and video effects with varying intensity. If you suspect your sensitivities or fear of enclosed spaces could be aggravated, the Welcome Center experience is not recommended.
And before we went into the Welcome Center, they took all of our phones and put them in a locked bag. No photos
No
allowed. They
photos
want it to
allowed.
be a surprise for you at the conference and don't want any peeks yet.
And they've kind of sworn us to secrecy. So this is all we can tell you and show you. You're going to have to go to the conference because there'll be a video montage. There'll be a video walkthrough that you'll be as impressed as we were. We were blown away. It's a 30-minute tour process going through, and we were just so excited we could barely contain ourselves.
See if Ron's raised his hand. If he's
Could I
here.
say it's kind of like going on a Disneyland ride in a sense?
Yeah, David said it's kind of like a mix between Tony Stark and Star Trek.
Yep.
And it's exquisite, to have the privilege of, seeing the world through David's eyes and what he's creating for us and for the world is really beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wish we could have taken you inside, but no cameras allowed, and it defines
Words cannot express.
Words cannot express. And so this is the entrance to the meeting room. They call it the X39 Auditorium. You saw a few pictures. We'll show you a few more.
And this is what it looks like. And the hologram box is in the corner there.
Uh-huh.
And we'll be able to reserve this space. We'll be able to have you guys come in and do trainings. We'll have opportunities to bring your VIP guests and have everyone have the opportunity to go through the Welcome Center.
Mm-hmm. There'll be a registration process that hasn't been clearly defined, but we'll keep you posted, and a scheduling process for visitors to attend the Welcome Center and go through the tunnel. So that was a highlight. Now that evening, we went back to our hotel and everybody got to freshen up, and then they bussed us back and they totally transformed the corporate office into a celebratory event center. And we'll show you some pictures from that, but everybody was dressed to the nines. And here we are walking in the door, and behind us is this beautiful ice
Sculpture
of LifeWave. And here's David Jumper and Spira. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know who'd be here, but David attended the very first meeting that LifeWave gave in Toronto, or was it Buffalo, New York, back in 2004. And he caught the vision, and he's been on the team and support of the growth of this company. So he's truly one of the founding cornerstones of LifeWave.
And he gets acknowledged as he should. So you can see the ice sculpture, but there's some pretty wonderful distractions right there.
Yeah.
These gorgeous women, yes, all dolled up. It's really fun. So in case you don't know, there's, of course, Connie and Marcy, and there's Renata, and she's another top leader, and Dr. Stacy and Dr. Rhonda. And Dr. Rhonda is partners with with Marcy. And because of the two of them, the rest is history. They've done an amazing job. And behind them is the reception desk that became, there we go, that became the bar. And we'll show you a little bit about some of those treats.
LifeWave's grand opening. Yeah.
In ice.
In ice. Yeah.
And ice.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's not the best picture of Ron, but that's a great, him and David just connecting there during the reception.
So at the bar, these were our choices of drinks. Not only were they amazing, take a look at the ingredients, but they had this bubble gun, and it put bubbles in your drinks. And when you popped the bubbles, it turned into smoke. It was amazing. And you had your option if you wanted to, add alcohol or not. But take a look at the names and take a look at the ingredients. They were really incredible.
Yeah. So X39, Silent Nights, Energy Enhancer, Ice Wave, Ice Age.
Awakened Horizon,
Yeah.
The Dreamer.
So obviously these drinks were created for us, just for this one event.
And Meredith did this wonderful, inspiring talk that night, and I did put that in the Facebook group, so I encourage everyone to listen to that if you haven't.
Mhm.
She is, I keep calling her a godsend. She has
Mm.
a huge capacity. She has stayed in touch with people in the industry, and she's bringing on some of the best talent that exists. And being in the I-15 corridor south of Salt Lake is where you get some of the best talent. And sadly, a lot of companies aren't doing well, and we're picking up some amazing people. So it's, kind of a, bittersweet, but she works 14 to 16 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. And the woman is amazing of
Mm.
all she can handle. And she always wants to hear from the leaders if there's anything that needs to be.
Somebody asked what was the light in the drinks, which you might have seen. in
Oh,
some-
the light in the drinks was a little cube that when it got into the liquid, it lit up
and s-
and it changed colors.
and change colors. So everybody's drinks are flashing these different colors or pulsing through those different colors. It was really quite exciting, quite beautiful. Oh, and so is
There
Robin.
we are again.
Oh,
We clean up.
oh, there.
And this is wonderful to get this
Yeah.
photo with Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they fed us and fed us and fed us.
I don't have any pictures from the banquet, but they turned the X39 auditorium into a banquet room
I
with
did have a picture and we
well,
forgot
it's
to
not
put it.
there.
It's not
But
on the
when you
slide.
walked in, there were round tables with these beautiful ice centerpieces with electronic candles. You don't want any any real candles in the middle. And just a 4-course 5-star meal. It was fabulous. So food is symbolic of love when words are inadequate, and words are really inadequate for how they treated us. And the next day, we all got on a bus and we went up to Park City. And when we arrived in Park City, we went to this fabulous restaurant up on the second floor, and it was a special reserved seating meal for us. And all over the wall were these wonderful sayings like this.
I have pictures of all of them. You can see them on the wall. They were all great. And
Yeah.
if anyone wants them, I'm happy to share. And this is a very special day, in addition to being there with our LifeWave leaders. Why don't you go to the next slide? Because these two got to celebrate their 36th anniversary in Utah.
40th, I thought.
36.
No, 40 living in sin. No, it was 36 years married.
Oh, that's right.
It's actually the day of the grand opening. So Barry and
Wow.
I will have no problem remembering the date that the
That's
global
for
corporate
sure.
center was opened.
What a great anniversary present, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to celebrate the day after, and we kind of inaugurated it as Connie and Barry's wedding anniversary, and so we had a great time in Park
Someone
City
asked
together.
for the name of the restaurant. It was Cafe Tirigio or Tirigo or something like that
In Park City.
in Park City. It was lovely.
So here's some table shots of some of the other.
This is everyone that was there.
Mhm.
Not everyone came to Park City. A few people did not come, but this is everyone that did come. So we have different table shots of everyone so you can see who was with us.
Mhm.
And I think you'll recognize a lot of the people there.
Uh-huh.
And some you may not know. This is the staff, and the events people are on the right. This woman, Ann, and her assistant, and then two people from
Brian on the right there.
Brian on the right,
VIP.
and I don't, Connie, do you
Sarah.
remember her name?
Sarah.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah, and
Sharon,
then in the
Brian.
back is Chaz, and the other photographer, is his name Gary? I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know. I only know
Yeah,
John.
but yeah, there's a special photo crew
Mm.
that has John Street. We met at the 15th anniversary cruise, and he's been with LifeWave since 2006 and has created some of the best videos. He
Mhm.
created Horses Don't Lie and a lot of the favorite videos that we have.
Mhm. So there's another table with
And there's
the Merritt
Geraldo
team.
there.
Mhm.
And there's and Gina Merritt was not able to make it because she was busy helping deliver a grandbaby in her family. That trumps it all. We weren't invited to the birth of ours, so Yeah, Steve was there with his son, and it was great.
Yep.
It
And
was
as
great.
you probably heard, ours was born last night at
I didn't know the day before
yesterday morning at
on the
2:15
22nd
a.m.
at 2:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Waited
Little baby boy.
waited for the fall equinox.
That's right.
And
Oh,
then we had a few hours after lunch to go explore Park City. And if you've ever been to Park City, it's a really fabulous town. It's an old town. They have incredible shops. And a bunch of us went shopping together, and we had so much fun. And it's like we had our own personal photographers and paparazzi taking pictures of us trying stuff on and being goofy. And you'll get to see some of those probably in the future. Then,
wow.
okay, so
We
Uh,
went to the Olympic Village in Park City,
several years back in 2002, I believe it was
2004, I think.
2004,
2002.
whatever it was. Salt Lake was the host for the Winter Olympics, and there was many different venues. Park City was one of the venues, and this is actually what it looks like at the top of a ski jump. It was crazy. And we got to go see it from the bottom, see it from the top. And we're going to show you another picture. This is, was this the top
This
of the
was
bobsled?
yeah, this was the entry to the ski jump. We should
Ski
have had
jump.
this one first.
Yeah.
We had to walk through here
I'll
to
have to
get,
do the slideshow again.
yeah.
And then we went to the Olympic Museum that was there, which was fascinating. And I want to go back and spend more time because it was really, really well done.
Yeah, everybody said this was the highlight of our Park City day, and many people said they wanted to go back and tour and maybe even do some of the
Yes, you can actually.
athletic events there.
You can actually get in a bobsled, and so this was amazing. This is how ski jumpers practice. So we got to see, I have some videos and I can share some of them of skiers on these, and they are different events. If you look closely, each one of those runs is a different sport. And we got to watch them and notice that it ends up in a pool. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and as they're preparing to go down, right below their jump where they land, bubbles come up from the bottom to break the surface tension of the water. So they land softly as opposed to landing with skis on hard water. They're landing in sudsy water, and it's a soft landing for them. And they're all wearing life vests, so they float and they swim their way over with their skis on and climb back out and go back up and do it again. They're all wearing wetsuits.
Yes.
Because it's not a heated pool.
It's a cold pool, but this is how they practice in the summertime for a winter sport. And that's how they start out. That's what it looks like.
So I guess water runs down this matted surface, so it simulates the ice.
And then they took us to the bobsled run, and it's a mile-long run. And how much tubing is there?
It's a
60.
mile long, and there's 60 miles of tubing to keep it frozen. So they have this big ice. It's not an ice plant, but it's a cooling plant at the bottom that pumps this iced liquid that must have a very low freezing point that keeps all the ice on the sled run frozen.
So they had a car, a bobsled that people could, get in, as you can see. There's April and Spira and Marcy and Gary, and Renata's off to the side. And if you look in the background, the colors have started to change, and it was beautiful.
And they do have bobsleds with wheels that you can reserve, and you can actually go down this run, if you schedule it on a wheeled bobsled. So a lot of people said they wanted to go back to do that. And this was how we wrapped up the evening.
This is the anniversary dinner for Barry and Connie with Spirit and David, who hosted all of us. And David wasn't able to attend the Park City adventure, but he found like the nicest restaurant in Salt Lake. And we took a lift to get there, and it's amazing we survived the ride. It was a ride to remember just getting there.
Yeah,
But it was an amazing dinner. I never had lamb tenderloin before.
yeah.
Connie?
Um, I don't have anything else about this. As soon as are you through with the slides?
No, there's one. No, this is the end of the slides. Yeah, I just wanted to. And the meal was fabulous. I actually had New Zealand elk tenderloin for dinner, along with David. That's what we chose. And Robin had lamb tenderloin. Connie, I don't know. What did you have?
Filet mignon.
Yum.
It was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really,
Yeah.
really
So
well.
that kind of concludes, the bottom line. We love this David positioning that patents are our
In our
DNA.
DNA.
They're in our DNA, and they, in some regards, they are our DNA. When you see that wall of patents, you're in the right place at the right time with this unbelievable life technology company. And that's our new positioning, a life technology company.
And then finally, we were treated with so much love and care.
Hmm.
To plan this kind of event was massive. The details that were attended to, the care they gave us, the food, but there was so much love and so much appreciation. David is one of the most gracious beings you will ever meet. And he's always saying thank you to us. And he didn't want, this is a big deal for the town of Draper to have this facility move in because it's going to be attracting people from all over the world to Draper. And the media wanted to be there, but he said, no, I want my leaders to be there first. And there are two ribbon openings, this one for North America, and then right before the conference, the Asian and Europeans will be there to go through the same process we went through with the company. And so then he'll be open to the public.
And David is so committed to us, his field leaders and field partners, that he's the tunnel is locked back down, and no one will be going through it until the next wave of European and Asian leaders arrive before the conference. So
And then after the conference,
it's open to
everybody can go. And we really do want you guys to take advantage of what we have here because there is nothing like it in the world, nothing. And we are so privileged to be part of LifeWave at this unique time in history.
So I think we're gonna call this a wrap on this call. You can refer to the newsletter for other information. There's nothing new that wasn't in there before, but I do want to mention that there's an event coming up in Southern California this Saturday, so that's very timely. But
And
thank you,
tomorrow
thank you,
night, we
thank
have
you.
Dr. Henriette, hosted by Janet Kiefer. And so that's tomorrow night. And we have more ranks to celebrate, and we're thrilled to be here. Final words, Connie?
Final words from me are that I think the important thing for everybody there is that was impressed with. One, when they showed you those, get excited about them, because really the field leaders there all were talking about ways that people might be able to earn the opportunity to be treated to what we were treated as. And so you never know, something may be coming along. And the field leaders that were there in the room, this group of people, everybody liked each other. Everybody had fun. It was amazing to see all the leaders get along, be aligned. I had the opportunity to sit at dinner with Meredith, with another key team, and to listen to what they want. And I was so surprised because we all train a little bit differently. We all have our own style, but when it came down to it, we were so aligned in what we want for this company, the integrity of the company, the integrity with which the field works. I mean, I was blown away to see how in alignment every single one of the SPDs that were there were, and also how much they all cared about wanting to get their teams, wanting to support their teams and wanting to offer the experience we had to some of our emerging leaders. So look forward to some fun things, and that was really the best part of it. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Connie, for being with us. It was an experience that was, you know, a gift to all of us. We just kept saying how grateful we were, how blessed we were, how amazed we were, and fortunate to get to be there, and for all of us to be with LifeWave at this unique time in history. And David, you know, he likes surprises. And so as we step into our conference coming up, he has lots of surprises for us. And this new technology and platform, he wouldn't tell us, so we don't know, but it's amazing and it's going to make everything be better. And then a look into the future, and he will share that when he shares the Welcome Center videos and photos with everyone.
Oh,
So
boy.
I think we're done. Um, I hope we didn't have too many photos. Of course, there's always more, but happy to share whatever you'd like, anyone. And please do watch the videos that were put on the Facebook group of David's talk at the ribbon cutting and his talk that evening. Like I shared, they chose several of us to do a special thank you to David, and I'm going to try to get a video of that one to share with everyone.
All
So,
right. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
mwah, love you. Bye.